the blink of an eye. Namaste, welcome everyone. This is day number 338 of 365, A Life of Bliss. 365, one quote every day from the book, A Life of Bliss, Living Transmission. Channel through this one from our dear non-physical friends and teachers Ananda, here to assist us, humanity, in remembering who we are and why we are here. And today we have got a pretty long quote. This is the start of chapter 28, and it's a little bit of a contemplation, awareness exercise, I suppose we could call it. And so I'm going to get right into it because it's a little bit long. And here we go. Just take a breath. Center yourself in presence in the heart. Take a moment now and look around the space in which you currently are. Move your gaze slowly and consciously, without laying your gaze too long on anything, without naming mentally that which your gaze falls upon. Allow your gaze to move easily around the space and to fall easily on that which comes into your reality. We invite you to note now the various things that fill the space upon which you are currently focusing. We invite you now to close your eyes for a moment. Now open them again. Notice how consciousness, notice how your ability to be aware, to perceive, is instantaneous. There may be hundreds, thousands of different aspects in front of you, yet your consciousness captures them instantaneously. Compare now the first motion of viewing a movement where you collapsed your consciousness into one reality, into specific objects that were in front of you, and you moved your gaze between those objects, creating space and time and focus upon objects. Notice when your attention was taken in by one object, the rest of the reality seemed to, if you give your full attention to it, disappear. It took time for you to move from one object to another. Yet, in your second experience, you opened your eyes and instantaneously your consciousness received everything within your field of vision. Now, think. If you were to document in written form or vocal form everything that your consciousness has perceived instantaneously, think and note the time it would take for you to name every object that you see. Yet, consciousness, your being, instantaneously recorded everything that is without name. When name is added, when time is added, when space is added, this is the experience of your life you're having. My experience of life is my wife opening the boot of this car. Yet consciousness is aware of everything simultaneously. So in this short example, you can see how consciousness has the ability of perceiving everything instantaneously, and you have the ability of collapsing consciousness into one object, collapsing time and space by your focus, by your attention. So in the first example, we're looking around, seeing everything that is in the space, and you look at each thing, but not naming it. You just look, see whatever an object is, and then just move to the next one, and to the next one. And to the best you are able, don't have the mental naming of what is appearing. And then you close your eyes and open them again. In the second example, you notice that as soon as you open your eye, blink of an eye, everything in your field is instantaneously recorded in consciousness. Whereas when we collapse consciousness by our focus, by our attention, by our presence, by our awareness on a singular object, then we create time and space by looking from one object to another. What the example is that they're giving, if we were to try and, if you look around now, your field, your space, think how many different objects, colors, textures, so many different things that are in your field of awareness. And you can go from one to the other, and you can mentally name them, and you can tell stories about them, and you can say what its use is, or what you think should be different about that. And yet consciousness has the ability of closing, opening, instantaneously takes everything in. Yet if you were to try and name and describe all of the nuances and all of the colors and textures and positions and space and time between all of these objects, it would take lifetimes. Yet consciousness is instantaneous. So this is showing in a tangible, practical, logical way how what you focus on, what you give your attention to, is what you bring attention to, you bring presence to, you bring energy towards. That's what will, everything else in your environment is secondary to that when you give your focus. But also, close your eyes, open your eyes, you see that giving your attention to something doesn't take away from the ability of consciousness of being aware of everything simultaneously. And so we take this from the microcosm to the macrocosm. It means we can be focused in this physical form, and all of the stories and the dramas and the comings and goings and what's happening in this life. Yet in a blink of an eye, close, open, instantaneously aware. This whole life, if any of you had these kind of life review, near-death kind of experiences or deja vu, all of these things, instantaneously things can just be perceived. There is no time or space in consciousness. It's only when we choose to focus our attention on a singular thing called this body, this life, this name, this story. And that never takes away from the whole of reality, instantaneously, always here, timeless. So this is a really tangible, physical, logical way that you can really grasp one of these very deep universal principles. How can we be the all of everything, yet be this physical body, be this story, this life? How can we take this concept that we are one, that there is no time, that there is no space, and experience it in a way that isn't just some fluffy spiritual idea? We can tangibly close our eyes, open our eyes, and show ourselves the ability that we have with consciousness, the magic of consciousness, the incredible gift that this is, the gift that we are, and give perspective as to what is appearing in our life, the importance that we give sometimes to things that are momentarily appearing, and just in the blink of an eye, everything can become clear. In a blink of an eye, everything can be perceived from a broader perspective, from a grander, not just focusing on the myopic, singular story that is appearing. And again, it's not taking away from that. It's not saying that we shouldn't or should do anything. It's showing how simple we can show ourselves these universal principles that are inherent to everyone, everywhere, every when, every how, every now, as everyone, everywhere, every when, every now. The blink of an eye. It's as simple as that. So the next time that you find yourself focusing on a problem, focusing on an issue, focusing on something that is appearing in your life, just remember this little simple idea. In a blink of an eye, you can be aware of the bigger picture. In a blink of the eye, you can expand. In the blink of an eye, you can see more clearly that it's not just this what is appearing now. Even though it feels strong, and even though your heart is breaking, or your heart is soaring, or the pain is strong, or the joy is overwhelming, In a blink of an eye, we can see there's always a bigger picture. In the blink of an eye, there's always things that were in our field of awareness that we weren't giving our attention to, that have been just so obvious that we overlooked them. And this is the theme that goes throughout this book, is that everything is always here, right in front of us. But we have the ability to contract our infinite awareness into a singular experience. And it is only an experience. It's a momentary experience. This life is a momentary experience. Every life is a momentary experience. And it's passing, and it's coming and going. But in the blink of an eye, we can become aware of everything from a different viewpoint, from an expanded viewpoint, from that which takes in much more of who we are and what is here. So remember this, if you so choose. At 11:11, this is the contemplation for day 338 from the Hotel California, and my wife was coming to get the shopping out. And it's a bit in the middle of that. You gotta love it. So thank you for joining this daily contemplation. We're getting close to the 365. I'm currently in the land of Eru, in what apparently is summertime, and I'm not joking. It's like seriously winter weather. It's so cold, but it's fun and beautiful, and that's why it's so green. We will continue this journey every day until we don't. Just remember, in the blink of an eye, everything can change. So now, as always, we are invited now to drop into a short sacred silence where we let go of everything. We let go of the contemplation, let go of all the words that have been shared. We let go of any identity, any ideas, let go of the idea of past, letting go of this idea called future, letting go of even the idea of present moment, dropping any stories or labels you may hold about yourself or the world. We drop the ideas, we drop the words, we drop the eyelids, we drop into a short sacred silence as we allow what is to be what is, as what is. Thank you for, at 1333. Greetings, beloved brother Tristan. Hello, Denise. Namaste, sister, beloved one. Thank you for joining. So this has been day 338. We continue with this daily journey. If you are enjoying these transmissions, I invite you to subscribe on the YouTube channel. We've got a playlist with all the videos, and we'll continue this journey. And if you feel anyone else that you know that may enjoy these transmissions, share it with those who have eyes to see and ears to hear and hearts to feel. Until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We